Welcome to The Explainer. We're all about turning tricky concepts into the knowledge you need to absolutely nail it. And today, we are diving deep into a question that can, seriously, make or break your next tech interview.
All right, let's get right into it. This question, it seems simple, right? But it's so much more than just a piece of trivia. Think of it as a secret handshake. It's how an interviewer can tell, right away, if you've actually spent time on the command line.
No kidding. See, the interviewer, they're not just ticking a box on a checklist. They're trying to picture you on their team, asking themselves, can I put this person in front of a live server? If you give a kind of wishy-washy answer, that's a huge red flag. But if your answer is crisp and confident, boom. It tells them you've been there, you've done that, and you're ready to go. So first up, let's talk about why this is such a big deal. Why is this one little concept a gatekeeper for your career? Well, because it's not about acing a test question. It's about proving you have the fundamental skills for the actual job. I mean, just look at these roles: systems administration, DevOps, cloud, even software engineering. For any of them, knowing your way around a Linux file system isn't just a nice to have, it is the bare minimum. It's table stakes. You're going to be living in the terminal, so you better know the neighborhood.
Okay, so before you can learn to navigate, you got to understand the map, right? And in the Linux world, the map is, well, it's different. Forget what you might know about C drives and D drives. In Linux, everything, the entire universe, is one single connected structure. There's only one starting point, and that single starting point is called the root directory. It's just a single //. The best way to picture it is like a giant tree. That slash is the main trunk, and every single thing on your system, every file, every folder, even connected devices, is a branch or a leaf that grows out from that one trunk. Everything begins at root. And just like in any city, there are some major landmarks you'll be visiting all the time. You've got Etsy, where all your important system configuration files live. You have Home, where every user gets their own space. Bin holds your essential commands. And var is where you'll go digging when you need to check log files. Knowing these isn't just trivia. It's how you get things done fast.
All right, so now we have our map. Let's talk about our first navigation tool, the absolute path. I want you to think of this as a file's full, complete GPS coordinate. It's the whole shebang, the unabridged, unambiguous address. What makes an absolute path so powerful is that it's absolute. It's totally unambiguous. It doesn't matter where you are on the system when you use it. It will always point to the exact same place. It's like having the full street address, including the city, state, and zip code. There is zero guesswork involved.
And here is the dead giveaway. Look at the example. It always, and I mean always, starts with that /. That slash is a command. It's telling the operating system, hey, stop what you're doing, go all the way back to the root directory, and start your search from there. And that's its superpower, really. It doesn't care where you are. You could be buried 5 folders deep in some obscure project directories, and this path will still work perfectly every single time. This is why it is absolutely vital for writing reliable scripts. Okay, so that's tool number 1. Now for our second tool, the relative path. And if an absolute path is a fixed GPS coordinate, a relative path is more like someone giving you directions like, oh, it's just 2 blocks down and to the left. It all depends on where you're starting from. That's the key word here, relative. The path itself doesn't mean anything in a vacuum. Its destination is always understood in relation to where you are right now, your current working directory. So if you move, that same set of directions might lead you to a completely different spot or, just get you totally lost. So look at this path here, documents/projects. See how there's no slash at the beginning? That's your big clue. This only works if you happen to be in the right place, which is probably your home directory. From there, it makes perfect sense. But if you were over in, say, the Etsy directory and typed that in, the system would just say, sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about. It is all about context. Now, one of the coolest things about relative paths are the shortcuts. You have the single dot, which just means right here, this current directory, but the real game changer is the double dot, dot. That means the directory above me. This is a massive time saver. You can quickly jump up a level or even chain them together to go up multiple levels. Honestly, seeing someone use cd ... without even thinking about it, that's a sign of a true command line.
All right, so we've got these two powerful tools in our toolbox, but just having them isn't enough. A real expert knows exactly which tool to pull out for which job. This isn't about which one is better. It's about knowing when to use each one to be the most effective.
And really, the choice boils down to this. Do you need rock-solid, works-from-anywhere reliability? Then you have got to use an absolute path. But what if you need flexibility? What if you're working on a project that you might need to move to a different server? That's where relative paths shine, because they keep all the internal links from breaking.
Let's zoom in on that last row there, best for scripts, because this is where it really clicks. Imagine you're writing a script that needs to check a system log file. You'd use an absolute path, like /var/log/syslog, so it works no matter where that script is run from. But now, imagine you're writing a script that's part of a software project you're going to put on GitHub. You'd use a relative path, like /scripts/job.sh, so that when someone else downloads your project, all the pieces still know how to find each other.
Okay, let's teleport back to that interview room. The hiring manager leans forward, and they ask the question. It's showtime. Let's put this all together and craft the perfect answer that's going to knock their socks off.
The secret here isn't just reciting a definition you crammed from a textbook. To sound like a real pro, you need a 3-part answer: the what, the when, and the why. You define it, you give a clear example of when you'd use it, and you explain why that's the smart choice. An answer like this is what they are listening for. It's confident, it's clear, and most importantly, it shows you don't just know the what, you know the why. You understand the practical, real-world trade-offs. That's the difference between a textbook answer and a you're-hired answer. So let's just boil it all down. Absolute paths give you that full, unique address, starting from the root. They're all about unwavering reliability. Relative paths are your local directions, all about context and flexibility. The real magic, the sign of a true pro, is knowing exactly which one to reach for in any given situation. So now you've got the map. What are you going to do with it? This is one of those skills that unlocks everything else. It makes you faster, more efficient, and yes, it helps you ace that interview. So seriously, the best thing you can do now is fire up a terminal and just start playing around with it. Get a feel for it. Keep exploring, and good luck out there.